guys, at this time, we're going to get ready for our own. This is our inspiration hour. We're so happy how God is blessing our own. So we're going to have Sister Gloria to come at this time. Amen.
Thank you. Good morning. First, giving honor to God, who is the head of my life, and my beautiful, loving, intelligent pastor, and all of my church family, my First Lady in her absence. I miss First Lady, and I'm praying for her to sit in her seat and I can move over. But I'm going to sit in her seat. I'm holding the space.
Oh, that's right.
And, you know, I've been thinking a lot lately about how we hold the space. You know, how when Lois was singing that song, you know, like that song was written, it was encouraged because of our courage and the way that we emerged as a people. Like that song was written because our beauty and we are indescribable as a people. That song was written, and it was generated because of what it took for us to make it from Africa to here, and then to walk through what we walked through on different plantations all over the South. But we still can't even describe that. We still don't even have words, really, that describe who we are. You know, and we live in a nation that struggles with that. That's why they still refer to us as the slaves, or, you know, descendants of slaves. Because to call us human beings, they would have to add some adjectives to it. Adjectives would have to be something like godly, spirited human beings, or godly sanctioned human beings, or godly enhanced human beings. They couldn't just call us human beings, because apparently we're more than that. Yes, we're human in our being, but for us to have walked the roads that we've walked, we are a godly human being. You know, that spirit of God made man in his image. So that spirit of God's image in me is sometimes bigger than I can sit with. That's why I sometimes do things that work against me. That's why sometimes I do things that aren't good for me. Sometimes it's too much for me. And I've had some education in the area. You know, I had to read some books about it. I had to write some papers about it. I had to listen to some other people educate me about who and what I am. And I had to unlearn what I was originally taught. I had to unlearn that my ancestors were slaves. My ancestors were godly human beings who managed to do things that mere human beings are still falling short with how to describe. So that being the case, I'm still working to understand who I am, who God sees me as, who I am, and then who my sisters and my brothers see me as. And I belong to a nation, a worldwide family of sisters and brothers. There's a lot of sisters and brothers in my worldwide family who don't know that, and like Pastor said this morning, that's why bombs are dropping all over the world right now. There's a whole bunch of sisters and brothers that I have that don't understand that love is the only way out of the mess we have created for ourselves. Love, and nothing but love, can resolve some of the conflict that's going on around the world, around the nations, around our cities, and in our homes. Love, you know, like they say when you go to court, I promise I tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. I say love, nothing but love, and I promise you, and I tell you nothing but the truth, that's the only way out of the mess that we have found ourselves in. And sometimes we have to be taught what love is. Sometimes we don't know. It's not enough just to say, I love you. Just to say, I'm sorry. Just to say, I didn't mean what I just did. we have to see what love looks like sometimes before we can express it. If I've never seen it, if I was born in a situation where, somebody was abusing me and misusing me from the very time I took my first breath, there's a good chance I don't know what love looks like. And unless somebody came behind those experiences and had a genuine love for me, a human being, I might not ever learn what love is. Unless somebody was smart enough to get me into a spiritual environment, such as a church, and educate me around God's love for me, the love that the price was paid on Calvary for me. Unless somebody properly educates me around that, there's a good chance I could leave this earth and never even knowing what love is, what it looks like, what it feels like, and how much there is for me. And so that being the case, those of us who have some education on love are responsible. It's not, we're no longer in a place that, if they just stop, and if they just don't, and if he just would, and if she just, we don't have it like that. We don't have that kind of time anymore. It is imperative that I love every single body I lay my eyes on, no matter when I lay my eyes on them, how I lay my eyes on them, and it's mandatory that I do it no matter what my clock looks like. That's the only way. And so today, the last Sunday in January, we can kick this year off for the first time in man's history with nothing but love. How about that? How about for the first time in the history of man, we kick a year off with nothing but love? That we don't make up excuses for not doing it. That we don't lie to ourselves about how our love might not be important enough to change anything. And that we stop lying about how much courage we have. Because apparently if the world is still operating and mankind is still at work, we have enough time. The lie is that, we have finally blown it so bad that we're on our way, out. Well, that's the lie. This world has been broken and raggedy a few times before now. We don't have to look far to find the history books that will describe how broken it's been. But right now, it's our turn. It matters not how it was broken yesterday and who broke it and why they broke it. It's our business right now to make sure that we heal and that we love no matter what, so that we can kick the world off for the first time, a year off with nothing but love. And just relish in that concept. And make it true. Love is an action word. I do things that express love. I believe things that express love. And I say things that call love as if it was. And that's all I got to do, and that's simple. And when I fall short and I'm not doing that, I need to let somebody know I'm falling short so that they can help me. And I need to admit that I need help where I need help, because I'm surrounded by a planet full of people who can help me. I just need to know that that's the truth and trust it. And even if I might land in a road that's not so helpful, I can change my mind in my day anytime I decide to. God's just that big. He's given me the courage and the power to do that. So I say love is the only way. It's all we got, and the gift is that it's free. Love is free. The price has already been paid for it. It's not like we got to go hang up on a cross on Calvary. It's been done. We just need to stop being lazy. We need to stop pretending that we don't know. And we need to walk in the love and the grace and the mercy that's already been given for us in our behalf, so that we can glorify God in His fullness, because that's the only way for us. So, everybody have a great year, and love, love, love.